So not too long ago, I had a friend of mine I was talking to, and I told him that I wanted to learn how to Cerakote guns and stuff like that. And so he told me, "Hey, I actually Cerakote quite a bit, and I do it for customers and everything." He had a home-based FFL and stuff like that. That way, he could work on stuff like that. And so I asked him, and he said that he would love for me to come over and he would show me how to Cerakote. So that's what we did, and we Cerakoted this as well as the upper on. This is my Smith & Wesson M&P 15, and we Cerakoted the lower and the upper. But that's not the point of this video. So after I had Cerakoted it and everything, the next few times out to the range, I noticed that this trigger pin right here would start walking out whenever I fired it. And I think it's because whenever I Cerakoted it, this hole kind of got bored out a little bit more to where it would give that clearance for that pin to be able to walk out. However, this is a super easy thing to fix and everything once it comes up with something like this Rise Armament anti-walk trigger and hammer pins. While I only need really to do the trigger pin, that's the only one I've had issues with. I'm going to go ahead and do both of them because it's better to just go ahead and knock them out both. However, I figured while I'm doing it, I'd make a video and show y'all how to do it. So before we get into the video and actually change these, I want to say if y'all are enjoying this kind of content and y'all want to see more like it, and y'all want to see me put out more firearm content, be able to get out to the range more and stuff like that, to be able to make these videos for y'all, I ask that y'all please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out quite a lot being able to make new content for y'all guys and stuff like that. I've got a lot of videos planned for the future and everything. Just got to get some of the logistics worked out of them. Okay, so let's get into it. So this is a super easy thing that you can do, and it's super cost efficient. This specific anti-walk pin kit cost me, I believe, 15 bucks. You can find them on Optics Planet. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on Palmetto State. There's a lot of different places you can find them. I ended up getting this from my local Shields. They had them, so I went ahead and picked them up while I was already there. So we're going to go ahead and open it. And as you can see, whenever we go to torque them down, we're going to torque them down to 8-inch pounds, which we can do with our handy dandy Wheeler fat wrench. If you don't have one of those, I recommend picking one up. It really helps a lot when building or fixing ARs or really any other kind of firearm also. I will leave a link down to the Wheeler fat wrench in the description below. That way y'all can go pick one of those up if y'all choose to. I will also leave a link to the anti-walk trigger pins. Okay, so as you can see, it comes with 2 pins, 4 screws, 2 for each pin whenever we get them in. And then it also comes with the 2 Allen keys that you need to be able to twist them in, both screws in at the same time. That way you're not trying to screw one in and the other side is just sitting there spinning. So the easiest way that I have found to do this is to take the pin itself that you're wanting to put in, and you're going to grab your brass punch, and we're just going to start this one. We can go ahead and get it started just a little bit. And you're basically, as you're pushing this one through, you're replacing the other trigger pin. If you need to, you can take a punch and come down here to your trigger and move it over to where it'll keep it in line. Okay, so we got that first one in. We're going to do the exact same thing for the second one. Okay, so as you can see, to be able to get them in, I had to basically line up the holes. So I had to take the both the trigger and the hammer and just kind of move it around to where the holes would line up all the way through. That way I could push that pin all the way through. That spring kind of messes with it a little bit. Just take that into consideration when doing it. Now we can take these screws, get them started. on both sides. Okay, now we can take these, and you're just going to take them, put one in on one side, and then put one in on that side, and you're going to twist them until they bottom out. You'll do the same thing with the other set of screws. And I like to go double check to make sure they're tight before we torque them down. Okay, so now we're going to need an extremely small bit, and it is a 1/16. Hopefully you can see that. So we're going to take our fat wrench, put that 1/16 bit in there, and then we're going to put it to 8 inch-pounds. To torque it down, we're just going to hold this in place because it's going to want to push this way whenever we torque. We're just going to hold that pressure right there. Okay. So we've got that first one. Now we can come over here and do the same thing with the second one. Now we'll do the same thing with the second, or with the the second pin. And we'll do it with both sides, just like we did last time. Okay, so now we've got the pins installed. Now I can get back out on the range and not take a chance of my pins walking out. Hopefully you can do the same thing. Alrighty, that's it. I will see y'all in the next video.